Welcome in, folks. We're still feeling this Cleveland Browns loss, blowout to the Patriots, and the Browns fans are screaming multiple different things. Is it fire the coach? Is it bench the quarterback and start Shedeur Sanders? We're going to get into everything that Cleveland Browns fans are wondering after that loss. I've got the answers. You've got the questions. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a part of videos like this, hit that sub button, and you can join our lives, comment your questions, super chat with questions. We are here for you guys. Hit that sub button. Daily coverage of the Cleveland Browns all year round for free. All right, let's get into our first question. The squad said hashtag Browns. You think we got a chance of at least 7-10? I think we have a chance, absolutely, the squad. I mean, to be fair to the Cleveland Browns, they've had a very tough schedule to start the season, right? You've played Baltimore. You've played Detroit. You've played the Packers, who we beat. Played the Steelers. You just played the Patriots, who are hot right now. You played the Vikings, who are a great defense as well. Like, it's a tough start to the schedule. The back half of the slate gets a lot easier. A lot of awful teams on the schedule. There should be 3 free wins, right? If you lose to either the Titans, the Jets, or the Raiders, well, now we got to have some conversations about how bad the team is. But I still think they're better than the bad teams, as we've seen. We just destroyed the Miami Dolphins. But we can't play the good teams with this offense. We keep getting blown out. So absolutely we have a chance at 7-10. I think that's realistically what you're looking towards. Probably like 6-7 wins. Like, honestly, it's probably what you're looking for. So get ready for that, the squad. But we'll see. Any given Sunday, you never know. That AFC North is wide open. LDG, should we trade for a quarterback like Russell Wilson, an offensive lineman, or a wide receiver? Yes. By the trade deadline, November 4th, the Cleveland Browns, I expect to make another move, perhaps multiple moves. We're getting different reports. The Athletic saying that they're sellers. Mary Kay said the Browns are buyers. I said they're both buyers and sellers. So get ready for Andrew Berry to make another move. I think wide receiver is one that we desperately need. Jeudy has just not been in at our number 1. I don't even think he had a catch against the Patriots. And you're going to need a playmaker in that room for anyone to be successful at the quarterback position. A lineman, a tackle specifically, is our biggest need. And it seems like it's going to be the NFL draft is how we fix the O-line, because there's not many tackles on the market, and a lot of them are old on contract years as well. Russell Wilson or a quarterback? Well, I would have said maybe Kirk Cousins, but that contract's awful, and they just got blown out by the Dolphins, did the Falcons. So I don't think Russ would do much for us. Like, it'd be basically like doing the Flacco thing, which didn't work either. If you wanted to get a veteran to finish out the season, it probably doesn't make sense, honestly. Like, we're not going to win with a quarterback that isn't good, so it wouldn't really make sense. It would just be taking up a roster spot. I think if you can develop one of the rookies that you want to be the guy going forward, this is the season to evaluate. And we've seen 4 weeks to Gabriel. Nothing special yet. Shedeur's coming in soon. Resurrect with the $2 super chat. Thank you. Speaking of Shedeur, does 12 start the next game? After the bye week. We play the Jets. Be a great time. But Kevin Stefanski says we're sticking with Dillon Gabriel. He says that Gabriel will remain the starting quarterback. I really think the bye week would have been the perfect time to, after that 2-interception game from Gabriel, to reevaluate, get Shedeur up to speed in the bye, give him 2 weeks to get ready, and then play a bad team like the Jets? Tell you what, though, Resurrect, since they're not going to do that, if we lose to the Jets, there is absolutely no way you can convince me that we should continue to start Gabriel. I'm starting to see, though, there's no doubt that we will see Shedeur at some point this season. So are you ready for it, Browns fans? Is it time for Shedeur Sanders? I ask you again. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Is it time to see 12? Have we had enough of the quarterback play in Cleveland? It has not been great up to this point. And so I ask you, Browns fans, is this the perfect timing? Let me know. Again, I'm not saying it would solve all the Browns' issues, but I am saying the quarterback play is an issue. Dino, $5. Thank you so much, man. And Dino sort of saying that as well. Until the O-line and receiver issues are addressed, let's not ruin another rookie quarterback. This is the one thing that scares me. I think you have to balance both of my takes here. My first take has always been Shedeur's the better quarterback than Gabriel. He should have been drafted ahead of Gabriel. Everyone thought that. All the experts thought that. He has the higher ceiling than Dillon Gabriel. The second part is a take that I also agree with. The offensive line, specifically our tackles, are terrible. They can't block for anyone. Our receivers can't catch the ball. Jerry Jeudy's the number one wide receiver in the NFL and had 0 catches today and has really had no impact on the year. Much worse season than we saw him have last year. So both these things can coexist and be true. That Shedeur should be the starting quarterback, but the Browns have plenty of offensive issues that could harm a quarterback's play or development. So I think that's why we give Shedeur a couple weeks. He'll come in towards the end, and maybe he'll show us something. But right now, Stefanski says they're sticking with DG. Regardless, I really hope we can fix these issues, set somebody up to be the starting quarterback for the future. Robert Colbert, fire Kevin, make Jim Schwartz head coach. What do you think? Good question, Robert. Browns fans have been pissed at Stefanski for a couple weeks now. Today, I thought he was better. And I think owner Jimmy Haslam was kind of vocal about this recently and said they want to stick with Stefanski for the year. So I don't think it's going to happen, Robert Colbert, but from my opinion, I think he did a little better today. I think we can ride out the rest of the year with him. I think that's what they will do. But this quarterback controversy, well, a lot of people are pointing this to Stefanski as well, right? Kevin picked Dillon Gabriel. So if Shedeur is much better than him, and Shedeur would go out there and ball out, and Stefanski was wrong, well, now it could be something towards the end of the season where it is fire Stefanski and start Shedeur Sanders and just start fresh completely at two of the most important parts of an offense. He did a little better today, but he's not off the hook for me going forward. We'll see what happens. Folks, I also want to tell you that this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Football's in full swing now on Sundays. All is right with the world, and I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can also follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. My lineup was almost successful. I was right about Quinshon Judkins having less than 72.5 rushing yards and Steph Curry having more than half a point. PrizePicks gave us that awesome deal. But Bijan Robinson, unfortunately, his backup scored a touchdown. He did not get more than half a rushing touchdown. Download the app today and use code CLNS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code CLNS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Next up, we got Brian with the $10 super chat question. Should we trade Jerry Jeudy at the trade deadline? Not having a great season. Feel like he's having a very similar season to Amari Cooper last year and feel like we could get at least something for him. It's a good question. I think there's a balancing act when you ask about trading Jerry Jeudy as well, right? Are our wide receiver rooms, is it bad? Is it injured? Yes. Is it probably one of the worst in the league? Yes. But Jerry Jeudy's the number one wide receiver on a bad wide receiver room. So if we can get something for Jeudy, I'm in on that. But then what does the wide receiver room become, right? I guess Bond would be the number one for now, or Thrash. It doesn't sound much better either. So, but Jeudy, there's no doubt about it. We have much of enough sample size now through 8 weeks to see that he is not producing in this offense. Nothing like he was last year. So, I could see him being on the trade block. But unfortunately, it'd probably be a draft pick that you get for Jeudy on the later side. And I don't know that helps us right now either. So, probably more likely than not, they won't trade Jeudy. Hopefully, we get Tillman back soon. George, $5 super chat. Thank you, George. 5 sacks, still losing by double digits. What the hell is this team? George, that's all of us right now. Myles Garrett, a day for the ages. A record 5 sacks in a game. And what did that get us? A 32-13 loss. Not at all because of Myles. He was incredible, unstoppable. Will Campbell had no chance. Anyone who chipped and doubled Myles had no chance. 5 sacks, that's remarkable. Wow. Also 6 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits. How? How do you lose that badly? In a game like that from 95. He's getting paid a lot, though. He thought we had a plan to win. We're waiting to see. Don't waste Myles Garrett's prime like this, man. It's incredible. The hell is this team? Ready, set, sold free. $10. Hear me out. They want film on Gabriel because no one sees that they are trading him. They've decided that Sanders is worth the investment to develop and try to get a third-round pick back for DG, protecting franchise QB1. Sold free. I hope that this is the plan. It's the only logical way I could justify them liking Shedeur and not playing him. Because the actions have been weird. Obviously, he was inactive against the Patriots because of a back injury that showed up after Friday's practice. And early in the season, he was preseason, he was 4th on the depth chart. Then Gabriel was chosen over him to back up Flacco. Then Gabriel was named the starter. And Shedeur was not the backup. Flacco was the backup to Gabriel. Flacco got traded, and they moved up Shedeur to number 2. Today, again, like I said, he was inactive. So the actions, he also has gotten 0 reps with the first teamers in practice. Are they going to develop him? Are we in on the kid? You should be. He's the better prospect. But if this is the plan, to protect Shedeur, keep him on the sideline just observing until we have an offense that could help the quarterback out, like a better offensive line and better wide receivers, okay, I'm in on the master plan. Time will tell, though, and I do expect we see him later this season anyway to get some evaluation of him. So I don't know. If he doesn't play the entire year, then maybe this is the master plan. But I imagine he comes in with a few weeks left at least. George, with a question. How do you think the coaching staff and Browns media will spin this to make DG sound like he's playing well? This is what I got adamant about last week. I can't sit up here and say that he's been playing well. I can't sit up here and say that this was a good decision to draft him and start him. Finally, he has his first turnover of the season. And what does he do? Makes it 2. 2 interceptions. By the way, intentional grounding in the end zone. It's football one-on-one. He threw it to nobody while he was in the pocket, and the Browns took a safety out of it. It's not pretty. And all 4 starts have been checked down, dink and dunk football. Those aren't narratives. Those are facts. Those are the stats. So you can't tell me he's playing well. The only thing you could tell me is that the Browns team around him is so bad on offense. Yes. But that doesn't mean that he's good or playing good. And look, Flacco goes to the Bengals. Well, he's playing a lot better. Yeah. No kidding. He has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins now. That's a dream for a 40-year-old game-managing veteran quarterback. We've started 2 game-managing quarterbacks with nobody on offense to help out. Just Quinshon Judkins, who teams are accounting for now more than ever. He faces stacked box more than any other running back in the league. Dino has a question. O-line help and receiver help in trades? Question mark. Those are the positions of needs, Dino. I think this is what I think. The receiver help is the trade to look out for. The Cleveland Browns buying a wide receiver by the trade deadline. Keep your notifications on. Be subscribed to the Browns Report because the minute we make a trade, I'm going on here immediately. If it's a big trade, I'll go live for it. So that's why you should subscribe. But look out for that. Plenty of wide receivers disgruntled with their teams. Plenty of wide receivers on the trade block. Cleveland, I could see going out and getting a wide receiver. O-line, they need it so badly, but there's not many on the market. They already traded for Cam Robinson with the Texans. It seems like free agency and the draft is how they're going to try and address this O-line. But it is a dire need. Plays are not developing. Judkins getting hit in the backfield right away. Look for the receiver help for Cleveland. What do you think, Browns fans? We buying or selling? Type B, if you think Cleveland's going to go out and get a player. Type S, if you think we're going to trade away a player. You can type BS if you think they're going to do both. People might think you're just calling our loss BS, but let me know. B or S in that comment section. I really think Cleveland will make multiple moves before the deadline, which is coming up. So be subscribed to the Browns Report because I'll have you covered with everything, trade news, trade rumors, all things Cleveland Browns, quarterback news, when Shedeur starts, and answer all your questions just like I did today, folks. So thank you so much for being a part of the Browns Report. We appreciate all of you for tuning in today and going through this loss, enduring it with me. Appreciate you all. Subscribe, and we'll see you soon here on the Browns Report.